What's going on? Welcome to another Underdog best ball draft for the FedEx Cup Playoffs, the Pup Cup over on Underdog. DB here. This is now my second attempt live to do this. I've done some preparation. I've got a few tips to give you about how to, make sure your best ball drafts go better than most, probably better than average as we start to get into the FedEx Cup Playoffs, the 3-series event that starts on August 10th. That's when you got to get in here and do this contest. That's going to be the FedEx St Jude from TPC Southwind, then the BMW Championship in Chicago at Olympia Fields. And then it all culminates at the Tour Championship in Atlanta at Eastlake. Now, I am drafting right now at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Billy Horschel just teed off leading the Wyndham. I think he put it in the fairway bunker, which is obviously going to happen because I need Billy Horschel to win so freaking badly. But what a story it would be, because he's played his way in from, I think, 118th in the FedEx Cup. So there are some live projections. I'm going to talk through my team, my rankings here in just a minute. Let me share my screen. Let's get into a lobby. I'll show you how this whole thing works, and we should be done here in probably about 30 minutes. Before I do, don't forget, anybody who signs up for Underdog is going to get this 2023 brand new Masters hat with a tag on it, a couple pieces of TJ merch as well. All you got to do is sign up for Underdog with our link. The link is in the description. Promo code Junkies. Get it going. All right, let me share my screen. This is the lobby when you come on to Underdog. All you got to do is make sure you're on drafts. Make sure you go to PGA. And here's the Pup Cup. So a little bit about the Pup Cup. Over 24,000 entrants, 150,000 in prizes, $7 entry. Currently only about 10,400 people in here, only 43% full. Max entry of 150. You're going to draft 10 total players. You're going to draft among 5 other drafters. So 6 people drafting in a room at a time, 30-second pick clock. And that thing does go fast. The rake is only 11.2%. Prize breakdown. First place gets 20 grand. Like I said, it starts at the FedEx St Jude. If you advance, you get to the quarterfinals to the BMW and then the semis at the Tour Championship. Scoring is, I said it on the last one, it's a little bit like DraftKings on steroids, but more penal too, though. And you can see four points for birdies. You get 1 point for a par, 10 points for eagles. You do pay a little bit more of a price for a bogey. Like a bogey is actually somewhat penal. Double bogey is pretty bad. A triple bogey is really bad. So, it is interesting. I mean, I obviously want to draft guys who are going to score. Bogey-free round only gets 3 points. I mean, I think in the FedEx Cup playoffs with these setups and these tournaments, these courses, I doubt we're going to see a lot of bogey-free rounds. But let's enter, and let's hope that we don't have to sit here in the waiting room for forever. And, oh, crap, we might have to sit in the waiting room for forever because there are 2 spots waiting to be filled. That's the only bad part about this. So if you're watching live and you want to hop in a draft, hop in. I see a couple folks in the chat. Let's see who we got. Colin, what up? Spaz. Spaz says Cantlay and Xander needs a bump in those rankings. Well, I'll talk about my rankings here in just a minute. I'll tell you why they're there. Played Webb in my big $555 lineup. Denny ruined the 6-6, but still might be a min cash king. There we go. Min cash. That's obviously for the Wyndham Championship. I kind of had a feeling Webb might be all right. I kind of had a feeling. Thank you, Spaz. Nice shirt. So let's talk about the rankings while we're waiting here. And I really hope we don't have to wait a long time because that is going to throw a major wrench in the video. So Spaz, Colin, anybody else watching live, hop on into Underdog. It's only $7. Come draft with me. Okay, let's talk about the rankings. So I've made a slight adjustment to my rankings from yesterday when I did a live draft. So that is the tip number one. Tip number one is when you get into Underdog, before you enter into a room to draft, you need to come up here where it says rankings. And you're going to be able to see, they're going to default rankings here, but you're going to be able to move guys over into a ranking spot. All right, there's one filled. Nice. Hopefully we got one more. You're going to be able to move guys into a ranking position yourself and rank your players on your own. All right, we're filled. There we go. Who we got? Did we get anybody in here? So that is the number one thing that you've got to do is rank your own players. Now, let me tell you what I did. I went by the FedEx Cup official projected rankings because there is some movement still happening as the Wyndham is wrapping up. But I went by the book rankings on FedEx right now because the top 30 automatically get to Eastlake after Chicago. The top 50 are going to get to Chicago after next week, and the top 70 are going to even start the playoffs on August 10th. So the 30, 50, and 70 break points are pretty important. I'm drafting from the 3 spot here, so I'm going to get one of the big 3 if I want him. But the reason that's important is as you're starting to make decisions later of the draft, you need to understand how likely it is that a guy's going to be able to, stay in a certain top 30, top 50. And this is what I did. I left them pretty much as the projections have them now, but I put funny names at breakpoints. Yuto Katsuragawa. We're not going to draft him. But that's a name that I can quickly recognize and say, okay, after Corey Connors, who's currently in the 30 spot. So everybody from Corey Connors up here is currently in the top 30 would go to Eastlake. Then I did the same thing in the top 50 spot with Kiradek Afi-Barnrat. Now, we're not drafting Kiradek Afi-Barnrat. He's not going to qualify. But I put him just below Alex Smalley, who is in the 50 spot for now. And then at the very bottom, well, actually, it's my pick. So Scheffler, Rahm, I got to take Rory. He's got an incredible record at Eastlake. He's obviously playing fantastic. There's no reason not to take Rory here. So if you're in the big three, if you're in the first three, I just think you almost have to do one of these three. Now, then you can start to get a little different with your draft. But I want to continue. So at the 70 spot, I want to be able to have an easy cutoff, and I put Jazz Janotawananand. Not going to draft him, but currently JJ Spawn is in the 70th spot. So that means like Ben Griffin, Justin Thomas, it's not going to happen for Shane Lowry. I really think the only players we're looking at that could sneak into the top 70 and make the playoffs as of right now at 2:06 p.m. on Sunday would be Justin Thomas and possibly Ben Griffin. Adam Scott would have to really keep surging up the board. He's doing well right now, but I think he needs more than what he's going to be able to get done. So I also noticed that Lucas Glover, at least last I looked, this is crazy. I don't know what they're going to do, but Lucas Glover is currently not in the field, and he's likely going to qualify. So that's a little bit concerning. All right, back to me. It looks like Cantlay, Xander, Hovland, Fowler, Clark, and Max Homa went off in front of me. Listen, I've done this in a few drafts, but I'm going to continue to do it because I think that the guy's just playing so freaking well. Actually, I think I'm going to go. Yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it again. I'm going Tommy Ladd. I love getting Tommy Ladd here, and it may be a reach based on ADP, but he's comfortably in the top 30. He's obviously playing fantastic right now. Hard not to love Tommy Ladd. Now, what's going on in the chat? Did any of you guys hop in for me today? Perfect time to draft Billy Bogey, first hole income. Oh, awesome. Positive vibes. Glover awesome. So what just happened? You're also going to catch me live sweating this. Oh, great. So Billy bogeyed. That's fantastic. Is Lucas going to bogey too? Now we're just all going to bring Russell Henley into the mix, Byung-Hun An into the mix. This is going to go great for me. I can already tell today. So after Fleetwood, Finau and Morikawa go off. Not a lot of people. Now, let me find. I did do another little tip is I would do some digging on TPC Southwind. If I have some time, I really hate that Hatton went off right there. I would love to have snagged Hatton. Let's see. Ooh, I got a sneaky pick here. Although it could be a total reach. Maybe I shouldn't do it just yet. I bet I can get him coming back. Keegan Bradley goes off. You know what? I think I'm going to go for upside here. I think I'm going to go Jordan Spieth. I'm going Spieth. He's just outside the top 30 right now, projected in the FedEx Cup standings. He is currently 31st, but I think he's going to do some damage. One thing I was going to say, it's a good idea to do a little bit of digging on TPC Southwind as well as Eastlake. Eastlake, we go there every year. TPC Southwind, we've been there every year for quite some time now. It hasn't always been played at this level with the tour, the FedEx Cup playoff field. Dang it. Fitzpatrick was my sneaky pick. Who did that? Somebody reached down and got Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick has 3 top 6 finishes at TPC Southwind since 2016. 3 top 6s. He loves him some TPC Southwind. Dang, that is a good snag there. I got to give it to my guy. I'm going to reach, and this is something I think we just need to do in best ball. I think you kind of have to reach a little bit. Let me double check. He's currently 48th in the standings, which actually. Oh, did I get it in? I missed my pick. Dang it. You're getting a lot. You're getting a lot. See, I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to do too much. I got Nick Taylor. This is a free $7 to this whole draft. Yeah, I'm trying to do too much. Okay, I was about to reach on a guy. Then I thought, nope. I bet I can get him later because he's currently at 48th in the standings. I'd like to have a little more security up in that top 30 for my first 4 picks. Then I was like, nope. And then I was going to go to Straka. And then by the time I hit the button, I was a half a second too late. And I ended up stuck with Nick Taylor. So that blows. The 30-second pick clock is hot. And Cam Young was the one I was going to snatch. And Quiggs just got him. God, I mean, this is just brutal. He's going to take Straka, I guarantee you. God, that is so frustrating. You got to be quick here, man. This stuff moves so fast. Just moves so fast. Dang it. I mean, quite the team going. So Straka's about to go. Oh, Denny McCarthy goes. I mean, I think I want Straka, right? Like, Sepp, if I remember correctly, let's see, Straka. Straka finished runner-up at TPC Southwind last year. He's obviously inside the top 30. I think Straka's the play there. I could have reached on a couple of guys. Yeah, he's 15th. I mean, so I'm essentially going to get almost guaranteed 3 starts out of him. And he comes to a place he finished runner-up last week. He just won the John Deere. He's volatile, but it is what it is. God, the Nick Taylor pick is really pissing me off. Yes, I know, Nick. I know I can click the star and add players to the queue, but that's what I like about being in my own rankings. Like, these are my rankings, so I don't have to really do that. I'm tempted to go. So Hideki just goes off right in front of me, of course. You know what? I'm going to ride a hot hand here. I think I'm going to go JT Poston. Hard to argue how well JT Poston is playing right now. I don't think he's got the best of records in these. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess so. TPC Southwind, a 28, T18, a T30, and a T20 in his last 3 attempts at Southwind. Eastlake, he only made it last year, finished 15th out of 30 guys. Not terrible, but I mean, he's probably going to arrive to the playoffs playing the best golf of his career. But yeah, I mean, you can star players and have them over here. But to me, once I do my rankings, I don't find that it really matters all that much because I have my guys right here. Now, Schenk is sitting there. Billy Horschel's sitting there. He's a FedEx Cup champion. He's probably going to get in. Let's just see where they have him projected now that he's bogeyed. I mean, Horschel should be good. I mean, he's currently 53rd. I'm tempted to take Horschel. Ride the hot hand. Coming into the playoffs, past FedEx Cup champion. I'm going to do it. Listen, I think you got to get weird on some of your draft. Like, if you're drafting a lot of teams, which I'm doing and I plan on doing, you got to have some where you go off script because if you make it to the semis, like, you got to have some interesting combos. We're going to see some drama in the FedEx Cup playoffs for sure. So I think sometimes it helps to go off script. I don't want to be drafting like the same team over and over again either. I want a little bit of variance. Obviously, I've got my guys. All right, so seeing Yuto up at the top means that all the top 30 are gone. He was my breakpoint guy. So now I'm looking at, I like English a little bit. I like Smalley. Honestly, though, you know who's tempting down here? I love me some Cam Davis. That's another thing is, like, make a list of the guys near the bottom that you kind of like, in the middle or the bottom that you like, because the clock moves quickly. The picks move quickly. You got to get your boys. So I like Davis. I wanted Ben on, but he went off. Has Justin Thomas gone off yet? Has he gone off? No, he's not. Let's just do a quick pulse check on Thomas as he stands right now. Currently 73rd. He's got to really make a move. What's he doing? Let's see. Justin Thomas. Oh, he's even. He must have just bogeyed. Or no, he didn't. He hasn't made a birdie. Okay. All right. So what's just happened? English, Smalley, Jaeger. Those are all good picks. I like all those picks. Hardy's playing well. Keith Mitchell goes off. I actually don't mind that. I don't love it, though. And then Jazz is our top. You know, I mean, you could reach for Thomas here with the 9th pick. Dang, that would be something special. What if I just do it? Is he going to get in? He's not going to get in, is he? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. What if he does? What if he rallies here? Might as well. With my 9th pick, second to last pick, may as well. So that really leaves me not a lot of options. We'll see what happens. Putnam goes off. Hoagie goes off. So again, I don't really care about the queue because this is my order, and I want to see these guys in this order because it helps me understand where they fall in the FedEx Cup rankings. You don't have to do it this way. This is the way I like to do it. Todd, Detry, Hoagie, Wu, Montgomery. I mean, is Montgomery going to do anything? I mean, Hardy's very tempting right there. Hubbard is hot, although I like Hardy's game a little more for the playoffs. And really, no one else above Jazz is guaranteed to get in here. JJ Spawn could do something. I like V Norm, but probably not. I like Aaron Rye too. I think I'm going to roll with Nick Hardy. I like the young kid. I think he's got a killer mentality. I'm going to go Nick Hardy. So that will be my draft. I don't think the projected score is going to be too hot. Obviously the Nick Taylor pick I think is going to hurt me pretty bad. Billy Ho could burn me if he falls out of grace today, and of course he probably will because I have an outright on him. Justin Thomas might not even get in. So I could be hurting. But again, if you're doing a lot of these, you may as well. You got to have some with some variance. All right, draft is completed. Let's see how we look. Let's start with team number 1. Projected points 1885. Good year. 1920. 1880. 1768. I'm in dead last. Yep, I am in dead effing last in the projections. But you know what? Again, projections mean nothing at this point. I mean, they really don't. The FedEx Cup playoffs are going to be wild. Rory, Fleetwood, Spieth, Nick Taylor, Sepp Straka, JT Poston, Billy Horschel, Cam Davis, Justin Thomas, Nick Hardy. That is the team. Now, what did we learn? Well, we learned you got to be quick because the Nick Taylor pick screwed me up. I'm not very bullish on his playoff run. Yeah, so it's not ideal. All right, let's check the comments, see if we miss anything. Any posting love for the playoffs? Yeah, I mean, Colin, you probably said that before I drafted him, but yes, I think Poston could definitely get hot. He's obviously sitting in a good position to play Eastlake. So yes, love that. Spaz, you're right. Yes, Sepp lost to Willie Z in a playoff. You guys know I have a horrible golf memory, so I wouldn't remember that. Now that you say it, I do, but I wouldn't remember that beforehand. Easy, what up? JT currently 23%. Love that. Spaz coming in with the data. That's data. 23% chance to make the cup. Ugh, not great. Not great. And then JT drains a 39-foot bird. What are we talking about, fam? Love it. Let's refresh and see where he stands right now. Let's see. Thomas, currently projected at 74. Horschel's at 52. I mean, obviously Horschel, unless he just absolutely just bones it for the rest of the day. Hey, listen, I'm going to do some more of these, I think, for this week. Hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, click the link in the description. Join if you haven't already. You'll get the 100% deposit match up to $100. Send you the Masters hat. Draw a winner with the Masters hat. A couple of pieces of Tour Junkie swag. These are fun. Enjoy it. Make your rankings first. Do it methodically. Throw those weird names in there so you see the break points. In just a few hours, everything will be finalized, and we'll know exactly who's in the playoffs. And you won't be drafting guys like Justin Thomas, who likely won't make it. You won't be missing out on guys like Lucas Glover, who probably make the field. And, hop in there with me, too. If you're in the Nut Hut, if you're in the Discord, there you go. There you go, Spaz. Spaz signed up. Thank you, Spaz. If you're in the Discord and you want to do a draft, hit me up today. Hit me up tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some drafts, and we'll just go live and rock and roll, see what happens. All right. Thanks, everybody. Hit the like button. Share the video if you don't mind. That'd be cool, too. Let's have a great week. Let's make. What do I even say about Underdog? I can't say may your screens be green. They don't really turn green. May your dog be all bite, not just bark. Oh,